Good day everyone, my name is Chong Ling, a final year student Bachelor of Operation Management. My matrix number is 261766 and my project ID is FYP number 10. So my supervisor is Dr. Siti Zakia binti Abu Bakar and my FYP lecturer is Prof. Madhya T.S. Dr. Fadilah binti Mat Yamin. So today I will present about my final year project, which is my title is The Causes of Air Pollution and the Public Action to Reduce Air Pollution in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And this is the table of content for my presentation slide. So here we come to introduction. The environment pollution are getting more critical due to the urbanization and the industrialization on Earth nowadays. So pollution is the addition of any substances that can cause a harmful effect to the environment and human. So based on the World Health Organization, the combined effect of the ambient air pollution and household air pollution has killed an estimated 7 million people worldwide every year. Then, for the problem statement, recent study has shown that there is around 2/3 of respondents in Klang Valley were generally positive about air quality where they live, believing the air to be either not polluted at all or somewhat polluted but causes no harm. But in Malaysia, there is a particularly strong evidence of harmful level of pollution, especially in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Next, we come to the objective of the study. The first is to find out the factor that prevent the air pollution level to be reduced to a healthy level. The second is to find out the action that should be taken by the public to reduce the air pollution. Then for the scope of study, the respondents of this study are targeted to Malaysians from Kuala Lumpur, which is the largest urban and industrial areas in Malaysia because they are likely to be most affected by air pollution. So we come to literature review. So what is the air pollution level? The air pollution level is the condition of the air quality in the country, and it was measured by Air Quality Index, which is an index reporting the air quality on a daily basis. So there was 6 categories of air pollution level, which is in good, moderate, unhealthy for sensitive groups, unhealthy, very unhealthy, and hazardous. So the table shows the value of the index, the level of concern, and the description of air quality. So Malaysia is in the moderate level, which is the air quality is acceptable. However, there was a risk for some people too. So, what are the factors that causing the air pollution level maintain in moderate but not drop to a healthy level? Here we come. The first is traffic-related air pollution, TRAPS. So TRAPS was emission from traffic that result from the fossil fuel combustion. The traffic refers to all of the vehicle, buses, trucks, and other transportation that are moving along the route in the particular area. So vehicle emission are the overall issue that may contribute to the air pollution level, especially in urban areas. Next, meteorology. So meteorology is the science dealing with the atmosphere and its phenomena, including the weather and climate. So meteorological factors have an important effect on the amount of pollution in the atmosphere. So Malaysia climate is characterized as having a uniform temperature, light winds, high humidity, and the 2 types of monsoon, which is northeast monsoon and the southwest monsoon. So this type of the climates will affect the concentration of the pollutant substances in a particular area. Then industrialization. Industrialization is the rapid development of industry in the country which can bring an economic prosperity. So rapid economic growth in the country is often necessary to reduce the poverty. So although the industrialization can create the employment opportunities in the country, but it also will causing a negative impact on the environment because the major gases component of air pollution, such as the nitrogen dioxide, nitric oxide, sulfur dioxide, ozone, and carbon monoxide are known as the classic air pollutant in industrialized countries, which will affect the air quality. Next, we come to what are the public action to reduce the air pollution. Nowadays, public apathy was a critical barrier in the implementation of effective plan to reduce the environmental problem in the country. So the theory of planned behavior in psychology explains that people's positive attitude will lead to a good behavioral intention. So the public action are still very important to reduce the air pollution level in Malaysia. Then we come to the research methodology. For the step 1, identify the purpose of study. Step 2, determine the method to be used in research. Step 3, select the best technique, which is the quantitative method. Step 4, preparing the questionnaire. Step 5, data collection. And step 6 is the data analysis. Then we come to the data analysis and discussion. For the traffic-related air pollution, based on the analysis, most of the respondents were largely in agreement with the statement that they are more willing to use the private car and believe that increasing number of vehicles on the road will increase the vehicle emission, which will lead to the traps. So this has clearly shown that most of the respondents tend to use their private car compared to the public transport, which will indirectly causing the number of the vehicle increase on the road. Other than that, there are also 43% of the respondents agree with the statement 1, which is vehicle pollution is the major sources of air pollution in urban cities. So this is because the emission of the toxic gases such as nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide, and carbon dioxide are also increased due to the heavy road traffic, and this will causing the air pollution level not able to drop to a healthy level. While for the result of meteorology, there are a majority, which is 49.5% of the respondents agree with the statement 4, which is low wind speed will causing the pollutant substances highly concentrate in a particular area. So based on the recent study, the meteorological conditions such as wind speed and the wind direction were found to influence the concentration of pollutant substances at the urban roadside level. This is because a low wind speed unable to blow away the pollutant substances in a particular area, especially the industrial area. Then there are also a significant support, which is 47.5%, and 47% of the respondents choose to agree with statement 1 and statement 2. This is because the rainfall are decreased during the hot weather in southwest monsoon, which were causing the pollutant substances and road dust unable to wash out and bring an effect on the air pollution level. Then for the industrialization, based on the analysis, there are 46% of the respondents are strongly agree with the statement 2 and 44.5% for the statement 1. This is because the uncontrolled industry-related development in Malaysia will increase the emission of the pollutant substances from the industrial processes such as vapors, aerosols, solid particles, toxic gases, and the smoke, which will affect the air quality. Then, a larger number of the respondents, which is 51% of the respondents, agree with statement 5. This is because the processes such as transportation and handling of the bulk material, drilling, sawing, miling, compacting, and grading of the ground are the relevant sources of dust and gas emission. So the urban construction work will emit a large quantities of dust into the environment, not only bring a negative effect to the air quality, but also causing a serious health issue to the workers and the people living nearby. Then for the public action to reduce air pollution, based on the analysis, there are a significant support, which is 57.5% of the respondents are strongly agree with the statement 4, which is improving the environment is the responsibility of every citizen, while 53% of the respondents strongly agree with statement 6, which is proper disposal of waste should be encouraged and promoted across the whole city to avoid the open burning. And there are also over and half of the respondents agree with the statement, I will actively involve in the program related to the environment, and I will use the fuel efficient vehicle or hybrid vehicle to reduce fossil fuel combustion. So overall, this is a mixed set of responses from the 200 respondents, but it's also shown that the public are very concerned about the issue of air pollution in Malaysia and willing to participate the activities, follow the rules, and willing to take the responsibility to reduce the air pollution in Malaysia. Here we come to recommendation. So researchers recommend to increase the number of sample size in this study to collect more data and the information, as the air pollution was the main issue in Malaysia, so it required more data and information. So researchers also recommend the future research to take a longer time period in collecting the data. And researchers also recommend the future research to investigate other reliable factors that will bring a negative impact on the air quality. And for the conclusion, based on the result and discussion, it can be concluded that the traffic-related air pollution, meteorology, and the industrialization are the factors that causing the air pollution level in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, unable to drop into a healthy level. Other than that, most of the public in Kuala Lumpur are also willing to implement the action that need to be taken by them to reduce the air pollution. So researcher hopes and believes that the finding on this study could lead more people to pay attention to the air pollution issues in Malaysia and addressing this issue in the future with the cooperation of government and public. And that's all for my presentation on my final year project. Thank you and have a nice day.